sorry, but I have to go in there.
You're sure this is what you want?
It's what I've always wanted. It's coming.
Time to play. Your suffering will be legendary, even in hell.
Better looking than Matt Goss, and welcome the man behind the pins, Doug Bradley. Doug, just for somebody who hasn't seen Hellraiser 1 or 2, just explain briefly the story.
Oh, briefly?
Yeah.
Well, the story of Hellraiser, it all revolves around what you were seeing in the clip there, the lament configuration, which is the little box, a bit like a Rubik cube. Yeah. Which is a puzzle to be solved. Whereas with a Rubik cube, you solve the puzzle, you just put the puzzle down, you say, that's good, I solved that one. You solve the lament configuration and you open a can of worms.
Pandora's box.
Yes. And the first thing that will happen to you is that you meet the old Cenobites, Pinhead and friends. And the story of Hellraiser dealt with Frank, who had done exactly that, and then picking up the story of Julia and her relationship with Frank, who was then, having been blasted by the Cenobites, coming back to life, demanding blood, getting it via Julia, and Ashley Lawrence playing Kirsty, her battle with the Cenobites. And Hellbound picks up the action like 15 minutes after Hellraiser has finished. Right. So it is immediately a continuous story and picks up all the storylines.
And we were speaking earlier, and you said you actually got the part in the film without auditioning.
Yes, good trick if you can do it.
I was going to say, it's hard to catch.
Well, I think in this case, it's probably a very good idea, because I don't really think I would have fancied whatever the audition might have been for Pinhead. They probably left you in a room with a hammer and a few 6-inch nails and see what you could make of it. No, the reason was that I had worked with Clive in the theatre, and I've known Clive for a long time, Clive Barker, who wrote and directed Hellraiser and was executive producer on Hellbound. And we grew up in Liverpool together and worked in the theatre together, and he approached me, said he was getting a film together. He thought there was a part in it for me, which tells you all you need to know of what he thinks of me, I think. What
about the makeup? I mean, how long did that take to put on?
That took about 4 hours. Maybe, no, maybe 3 on a good day, maybe 5 on a bad day, but on average about 4.
Did it leave your skin all right afterwards? Or?
It was fine, yeah. I seem to have a pretty high tolerance level to it. There were a couple of times in Hellbound I'd had the makeup on for about 4 days running, and it can start to just bruise you a little round here.
Just quickly, what's the story about on your first day when you were filming in your line?
Yes, the mysterious line. Well, my first day on Hellraiser was my first day on a film set, so I was a bit jangly nerves anyway. And I'd been in, as usual, at the crack of dawn, and I'd had 4 hours in the dentist's chair while the makeup went on. They kept me hanging around for ages. I eventually got on set, and as I was about to finish my first line, which I'd had all day to think about, this voice from behind the camera, I still don't know who it belonged to, said, "Does he know his line?" I said, and I thought, well, welcome to the movies.
Okay, listen, let's have another clip from Hellraiser to do hold on to the edge of your seat tightly.
We thought we'd lost you.
So sweet of you to come back.
How can it send us back, child? We're already here. And so are you. So eager to play. So reluctant to admit it.
I have fear teasing us.
I've come for my father!
But he is in his own hell, child, and quite unreachable.
I don't believe you!
But it's true. He is in his own hell, just as you are in yours.
And what about you?
We have no more surprises.
We've always been here.
But please, feel free. Explore. We have eternity to know your flesh.
Oh. Doug, do you need to be like trained to watch horror films? I mean, I saw that earlier on this morning. Personally, I felt like, you know, gory and sick in places. Maybe because I don't watch too many.
Well, it's probably a good idea to be in training for this particular one, I think. Maybe you can get used to them after a while. No, I don't think so.
They're quite into them in America. You went there recently, didn't you?
Yes, I was at a magazine in the States called Fangoria, which is devoted, as the title would suggest, to horror films. They have a big convention in LA every year for fans to meet people working in horror films, and they invited me out there as a guest speaker, which was very exciting. And I was just besieged for 2 days solid.
Autographs and more. Now, we had Friday the 13th, part 2010, Nightmare on Elm Street. Was it part 35? What about this film, Hellraiser 3?
Well, we've only got 2 at the moment, haven't we? We're a bit slow out of the stalls at the moment, I think. I think you can get sequelitis. I think it's as important to know when the story has run its course and say, okay, let's stop here and let's do something new for a change, rather than just keep on repeating the same formula over and over again. I hope with Hellbound we haven't repeated the formula of the first film, although it takes the story through to some kind of conclusion. A third film is planned.
But you said you had looked at a script or something.
I have read the screenplay, yes, which is written by Pete Atkins, who wrote the screenplay for Hellbound. It's extremely good. It's an entirely new story.
But your agent will be happy because apparently Pinhead carries on.
Yes, the bank manager will be pleased as well. But at the moment, we have no idea when it's going to happen.
What's the budget for a horror movie like that? I mean,
Well, it varies. These were both very cheap films to make. Hellraiser, I think, cost about $2.5 million. I mean, it looks much better than that, which is what it's all about. But these films are not that expensive, and they are tremendously successful at the box office.
Doug, thanks for coming in. I know this is a cliche, but you look nothing like you look in the film.
I say the nicest things. Thank you.
A whole new expression though to the what's the cliche? Pins and needles. Right. Thanks to Doug, and also thanks to Malcolm McLaren. We'll catch you next week. Got 1 or 2 exciting things up our sleeves, and we'll leave you with the tune from Living in the Box, which they put back because of Hillsborough. It's now being re-released. Gate crashing. Take care.